Let's talk
Relationships on
UME
UMERADIO.
So what are we talking about?
Marriage, dating, parenting, business,
And love, emotions, sex.
It's a conversation with me, Lady Misty,
And DJ KTE.
on everything from hot topics to taboos.
Join us Mondays at 9 p.m. live on UME Radio.
Follow us at Let's Talk Relationship Show on Facebook or on UMERADIO on Instagram. Let's talk relationships, arguments for the grown.
Get the UME Radio app to listen wherever you are. That is UME Radio, one word.
UME Radio. Positive entertainment 24/7. Subscribe on YouTube and click the notification bell.
Hey.
Hello, good night.
Lady Misty.
How are you?
We are matching like two zebras here.
I
I'm a
know,
spotted
right?
zebra, and you're a lined zebra. So I
There you
think
go. There you go.
we're in alignment here. That's what's going on.
That's right.
Yes. So how was your day?
Busy.
Busy? Was it as crazy as mine?
Busy.
Was it?
Technically, my day has not even ended.
Oh Lord, oh
Um,
Lord.
I'm in a virtual meeting, but the device is far away.
Uh-oh.
So I just asked somebody to take notes for me because I could not miss LTR tonight.
Oh Lord,
But
one of them days. I tell you, when the community committed, huh? I tell you.
yes, but it was a
Ah,
good day. Hi, Tobia. Oh, thank you. Thank
yeah,
you.
the
Thank you. I'm
hair
trying
is
something new, guys. I'm
it,
trying something new. I'm not a short hair person. I usually like my hair long and flowing, but
so
I'm
so
trying something new.
so let the mystic. Your hair is not on fire. It's on fire.
It's
Fire.
on fire. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
it is.
Oh my goodness. Hi, everybody.
uh,
Welcome to Let's Talk Relationship. Listen, guys, we're in a new month, in a new
uh,
season. I hope that you are doing great. Thank you so much for joining us another Monday. It
Monday.
is a beautiful start of the week, and I hope you're doing great.
Uh,
Tonight, we are going to be discussing the topic 15 signs of incompatibility in relationships. Thank you, Toby. She said fit me.
I'm
Thank you.
tall.
So
I'm
that's what we're going to be
short.
talking about.
I'm thick. You're
Yes.
thin. I
So
lose. You win. I don't know. You keep going. Keeps going
I
up on
don't know.
that.
All right. So we are going to be talking about those 15 dynamics tonight. 15 signs of incompatibility. So grab a chair and hey, let's test our relationships tonight, right? So it's important. Thank you, Satin Brownie. Good evening. It's lovely for you to join us as usual. Of
Yeah.
course, guys, it's important to note that while we discuss this topic, please remember that is important for you to know that we are in no way telling you how to live your life. I always say, do you, boo, do you?
Uh-oh.
We are
Uh-oh.
just here to offer our own opinions on
Yes.
particular topics. So it's important, guys, to do your own research, your own personal research on how your relationship should be.
Mhm.
And of course, be a free thinker and make sure, guys, that you are doing well in your own life as well as your relationships. And know that we wish you nothing but love and happiness. Once again, welcome to the show. I am Lady Misty, and of course, with me
This
is my
is
is my right wing. I can't fly with one wing. He has to be here. He is
flying,
the
flying, flying.
wind beneath my wings. And he
You're
is
the wings beneath my wings. Okay. This is DJ KTE, and I'm
that's
here again,
right.
excited. And it is now, it's in March, the 7th, and the time right now is approximately, can you tell me? It is 9
It
06.
is 9:06. Yeah.
So we're happy that you guys are here with us tonight. And again, we're looking forward to a great show. We've been having a very interesting show lately. I think this one will be among one of those interesting shows where we can do some
Yes,
self analysis,
definitely.
some introspect, some deep thinking. Some what did Steve Lawrence call the word again? That the word that he used, that I think it has coined now into this phrase. Um, this word he always used, man. You don't remember what word that Steve always used? Something
Hmm.
about washing some mental some. Well, when I remember, I think I'll say it. But
All
it's a word
right.
that he always
There
used. I
you
would
go,
like that
DJ
word.
KTE.
I mean,
Just reminding you guys as well, if there's anybody celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you.
to ya.
Happy birthday.
Uh
And
huh.
if you are celebrating a anniversary, we are here for it. So happy anniversary, and we celebrate with you and wish you all the best and many, many more to come. So, and
Yes.
remember that you are to stick and stay, because immediately following LTR tonight, we have, of course, with the very steaming Giselle,
Uh huh.
I'm sorry, is the show Bible Coughlings and Stilettos.
Uh huh.
All
BCS,
right.
huh?
All right, so entertainment now. Good night. I see you. Hello to you too. I'm happy that you are here. So, before we begin to discuss tonight's topic, we have a very special message to share with you, celebrating Black love and family. So, let's get right to that, and we'll be right back with you.
In
Black
Black
love.
love and Black marriages. With almost 11 solid years of marriage under their belts, and 2 beautiful children, Omar Epps and his wife, total singer, Keisha Epps, represent Black love at its finest. The Epps live in California with daughter Mary, who was born in July 2004, and their son Amir, born December 25, 2007. Epps has a daughter Ayana Yasmin from a previous relationship. Thanks to Essence.com for featuring their love in pictures. Back in the day, happy in love couple Omar and Keisha were all smiles in 2004. 2 years later, they tied the knot. Casual and cute. The Epps kept it casual on the red carpet at an event in 2006. How cute are they? The glow of love. Happy marriage looks good on them, doesn't it? The Epps like to sport matching smiles at big events. Family affair. Omar and Keisha are proud parents, and it shows. Omar described Keisha as his anchor, and added that their marriage had been a wonderfully fulfilling journey. He also prayed that they continue going on together fearlessly and unapologetically. Meanwhile, Keisha described her husband as a blessing, and said she would say I do to him again and again. She also said there is no love like the one they share, and that she would not choose any other person to go through life with except him. In an article released on July 22, 2021 by almamama.com, under the headline, Omar Epps and wife are couple goals striking poses in matching outfits at bright celeb party, the couple noted that breaking up is off the table, and Omar made that point clear while reflecting on his and Keisha's then 15 years of marriage. The couple's resolve to love each other every day of their lives is commendable, and is one that many people should emulate. Hopefully, they will go on to experience many more beautiful years ahead. Join us again next Monday when we celebrate Black love, Black marriages, and family. If you need help with your relationship, or just for self-development, visit familyalltheway.com for access to online courses, therapy with Dr. Faith, and other resources that can help you build strong, healthy relationships and community. We want to be a part of your support system, so please, tell us how we can help you achieve your relationship goals. Visit familyalltheway.com/learn for more on our online courses.
All right, beautiful story there.
Yeah, 15 years,
Omar
huh?
and Keisha Epps. Very
Hmm.
beautiful story there, and we wish them all the best as they continue to love on each other.
Yeah, I remember him from Love and Basketball. Remember that movie, Love and Basketball?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah. A great actor too. Very good actor. I've seen it in a few movies, but it's good to see that it's going on strong. 15 years, 15 years.
Definitely,
That's pretty
definitely.
good. You really find that in Hollywood these days. That many years.
That's true. You really find that they
Mm,
last. So, it's kudos to them. And of
yeah.
course, we wish them nothing but love and
Mm,
happiness. All right.
yeah.
So, in order for our relationships, whether it be intimate or otherwise, to be like Keisha and Omar, we have to discuss tonight,
Oh.
are we compatible? Are we compatible as partners? Are we compatible as, lovers? And tonight we're going to be talking about 15 ways we can tell using these signs whether or not we are compatible in our relationships. And I just want to read something here that says, and this is from marriage.com, and it says, compatible partners get along and can envision the future together. Their chemistry is marked by how easily their interests, habits, and hobbies align as they move forward. Nevertheless,
Hmm.
not all couples are fortunate to be compatible partners. You're likely wondering, how compatible are we?
Yeah.
If you want to know the signs, if your partner and yourself are incompatible, here are some of them. So we are jumping right into number one, and it says it's an unclear future. Unclear future. Now it says,
Unclear future.
imagine
Hmm.
what your partner and your future looks like as to how you both see it aligned. One sign of incompatibility is that there isn't an easy result to having different life goals. So we have different life goals, we have different mindsets, and even after discussion and talking about it, we are still not on the same path. What
So
are you
one going
thinking, DJ
east and
KTE?
one going west. So one going east and
One
one
going
going
east,
west.
yes.
Oh wow. I mean, yeah. Boy, I always say when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to relationships, it is so complex, and there's so much angles to it. I mean, we read what the gentleman said. Ep said they said that um, something to the fact that breaking up is not an option, or
Yes,
is not a
yes.
is like
They
so, and
established that, yes.
very early. And but I think
Mm-hmm.
beyond that, there was some activity that was really that showed it, opposed to just saying it. Because many people
Yes.
when they go to the altar, I mean, I was at the wedding yesterday, big wedding. I mean, the biggest party I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it was very
Wow.
large, maybe 15 people on each side. Male, female, and it was a very very festive kind of event.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they meant it, like most people when they get married, they mean it. And I've heard of people when they go to counselors and they ask them, why do you want to get married? And they're both saying, because we love each other. We just love each
Yes.
other, whatever that means to them.
Mm.
And when they go to the altar, they plan this big event, big or small, but I believe they mean what they're saying. But I think
Mm-hmm.
some people say not knowing themselves. So maybe when they met
True.
and they came together, they both maybe had
Mm-hmm.
done the work. Maybe they had certain insights or certain awareness already before they came together. So when they did say it's for life, it kind of synergized into that natural connection, natural commitment. But it's complex. It's very complex. Yeah.
You
Again,
know,
it's hard work. As
you know,
I'm sorry. I think a comment was left here. I like it one before this one. So you better make it work. We here to stay. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, those are very strong words. Yeah. Hmm.
yeah, they are. I remember having that conversation with my husband before we got married, and we did premarital counseling. and we had to we had to fill out a questionnaire. It had like about 100 questions. I'm probably exaggerating, but
I think that was very good. That's a very
it
good thing
was
to
a
do.
lot of
Oh
questions,
wow.
and it really spoke to um there are some topics, because what I loved about that questionnaire, so my pastor at the time gave us those that questionnaire before we came into counseling. So he
Wow.
would answer
Hmm.
on his own, I'd answer on my own, and then when we meet, we would compare our answers
That is
to see
so.
whether
That's
or not
cool.
we are aligned or not.
Hmm.
And I found it very refreshing, and I found it very important as well,
Hmm.
because in coming together in a meeting like that, we could discuss our answers. So I could say, okay, I'm saying red over here, and he's saying blue over there, and why
Okay.
I say
Yeah.
blue, why I say red, and if we can come to a common understanding. And
Mm.
that's very important. And if goals are not aligned in a relationship, it really, really can trickle down to other things. I mean, it can trickle down to your money, your finances. I want the money to do something to reach a particular goal. You want the money to do something else.
Hmm.
And it
But,
could lead to a
but
lot of different things.
but lady, here's a problem. Here's a problem. Here's the issue that we're having. Right. I think I
Hmm.
figured it out. Even though I'm not Einstein,
Okay.
right? I think I figured it
Okay.
out. You got two
All right.
folks.
Figure it out.
They decide to get together, right? They love sparks,
Yeah.
boom, and so they decide, you know what? Let's gonna go on a few dates, and then they decide to do a little kissy kissy, right? The kiss just
Hmm.
works right. The kiss is just woo, fire, all
Gets
right.
you.
And I was like, man, this kiss is, I mean, this is like 10 points here. So this kiss erased 10 differences that we had. So we know that we don't match over there, but this kiss right here is really gonna
Oh my
erase about
goodness.
10 of those. And then the hug, oh good God Almighty, she just melts away in his arms, right?
Oh
That
Lord.
erase 5 more of the incompatibility that we possibly gonna have. Because this hug, this kiss
Yeah,
right
but
now,
DJ KTE, you are
see,
not remembering that you're not gonna
so
hug and kiss all the
but no, it's
time.
just one. It's just one. It's one. That's it. It's in this kiss. Then it's this kiss. It's in this kiss.
I see you setting
so
brownie. Oh
so
my
so
God.
so so here's what's going on here. So now you're done locked into some initial things. I figuring now we just gone this far, and then all of a sudden when that thing started to arise now, the incompatibility started arises now. You're like, you know what? We can work that out. We can fix that. His mom can't stand my guts, but you know what? We work around that. And his honest brother, look, your brother really can't stand me come by his house. But I'm gonna work through that because this kiss right here is worth it. But in all seriousness though, I think that it's hard when you invest it sometimes. Invest a
Yeah.
certain way in the beginning. If you approach a relationship in a more negotiative kind of mindset, more like, I'm going to this as a long term compatibility kind of approach. Maybe even
Yes.
the way the India does it, where they have two folks meet from young, and the parents make sure the kids does well, and the other one makes sure the kids does well in school, and they grow up very well, and they're compatible. They get married and they last. We get into the lovey dovey stuff, and we get into the we like each other. We have we like the same ice cream, and what we like is more surface stuff,
Oh my goodness.
right? Matching socks, matching clothes. You know what I'm saying? We go to the same
Hmm.
church, we like the same pastor, and then now when the
Hmm.
real life hits you, you're like, oh my
It's a lot.
Lord, Lord, Lord,
It's a
Lord. You know what
lot.
I'm saying? That's the thing I'm thinking here. So, what do you
But
say?
if goals are not aligned, it's gonna be a problem. Here's another one that we can look at. Different intellectual levels. Now
What
it
they?
says if
Uh,
one partner um is a has a doctoral degree and the other is a dropout,
mhm.
this can be signs of incompatibility in a relationship. Intellectual differences might be ignored at the start of the relationship, but as they enjoy each other companies and traits, there are certain things that may come about.
Mm-hmm.
Once they pass that phase, that phase of enjoying the first phase of the relationship, they
Yeah,
realize how
novelty.
different they are because of their educational attainment.
Mm-hmm.
Nevertheless, this is not one of the ultimate signs that couples are incompatible. So what do you think? And for those who are listening out there, what about this one? What do you think about this one?
Wow,
So
wow.
it can be incompatible if you are at different stages in your intellectual growth. It may cause for some problems because one partner may feel intimidated by the other. Um, there's one who may not engage, and I hear you, Satin Brownie, and that is true too, because you're a thinker. You'd want to engage your partner in certain conversation and would want that to be
And like a main,
reciprocated back to
yeah,
you,
yeah, main
right?
thing.
And if they can't talk to you on a certain level, you're going to be tempted to find somebody who will, you
But but
know.
but 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 I,
Mm,
but Misty, I think what I'm hearing is that people are just naturally very selfish for some strange reason, right?
mm,
Because you have,
mm,
I've seen it several times, and maybe as a lady you can probably address it for me or to me or to the men just
mhm,
watching. A lot of ladies when they're in their 20s, opposed to 30s and 40s, now
mm,
as they get older, they tend to kind of drop the expectation a little bit or drop their desire for what they would have wanted when they're 20s.
yeah,
So she's now with maybe a PhD or a doctorate, whatever you call it, and the guy is a good mechanic guy. He just, he's a tradesman.
yes,
He's not necessarily very intellectual, you know, but he's decent enough. And so she marries this guy, right?
mhm,
And then all of a sudden, a year or two into relationships, she wanted to speak better, go back to school, get a degree, get a bachelor, get a bachelor's. She was fine being a high school graduate. It was good.
yeah,
Blue collar worker. He's saving his money. He's working hard, but now he's saying they gotta get a BA. At least a
yeah.
bachelor. He's something. So how do you then? Is it what's going on there? Why do
But
we
you
see
see,
that so
that's a
often?
that's something that you both as persons need to communicate. Like, is it a case where, because these are questions that I would be asking, is it a case where you feel embarrassed by this person,
It could be that. Could be
because
that.
those are questions that would jump out at me. Is that a red flag? That, probably your friends are probably thinking that, hey, you have a doctorate or so
Hmm.
on, and you went to this particular school and you have all these letters of the alphabet behind your name, and I don't have any. There's none left for me because you have attained all of them.
Hmm.
um is it a case where I, as the other partner who has not attained that much, starts to feel left out or feel belittled or feel, out of place? That's a conversation. Let's see. Go Inspire Jamaica. Hi, good night. How are you? And says, man, this can get really real. Ever try saying something logical and your partner just doesn't get it? Wow. When their
Hmm.
education level you just can't reach. I think it's not about formal education, but adaptability. There you go. You adapt. So, as you grow, all right, let's see what Satin Brownie says. I will say this, that there are some educated, ignorant, unlearned, but there are some very school people out there. Yes, because you have some partners that may not have been to school, but they are very street smart and they
Yeah.
can engage you in a very, very, very good conversation.
Hmm.
I don't want to
Hmm.
say it's a big thing, Toby is saying. However, I like to add another level to it where if you are not on the same level in terms of ambition, well, there you go.
Okay.
That might be a nail in the coffin. There you go. So as you get older as a couple, as you grow as a couple, one partner might say, hey, you know what, let's do a course together. It may not be something as big as
A degree kind
bachelor's,
of.
for example.
Right.
So
Right.
you find out that your partner has a problem with, expressing themselves, or speech. Let's do one of those courses together. Let's do a grammar course together.
Hmm.
And you don't say it in a belittling way.
Hmm.
you know you can do it together. Or
So, so
you have that conversation. What are your thoughts about going back to school? um what are your thoughts on that? And remember, no, in all these dynamics, you are thinking about your family dynamic. Probably you want to
Mm-hmm.
send the children to school, and you don't want to go back to school right now.
Right.
Probably it's not in your financial state right now, but you can probably do smaller courses. So it all takes
Yeah.
some
It,
education, some I'm sorry, not education, some conversation.
conversation. Going back to what you said earlier, Lady Misty, which I thought was very, very important. You said you had a list of questions, right?
Yes.
So again, the starting point I think of most of these relationships is so key because it's like building a
Hmm.
house, building a building,
Yeah.
and laying a good foundation. If that hasn't
Yes.
that hasn't been built, so you see how
Hmm.
good, solid counsel is so important to a young
It
couple
is. It
who
is.
who,
It
who may
is
have
so very
passion,
important.
who may have passion and vision and goal, but they really have not come to understand the uniqueness of even how to use their differences to actually work.
Yes.
Because sometimes incompatibility is how we look at incompatibility. We can look at incompatibility as a blessing, depending on how we think or we understand what it means.
Yes.
Incompatibility, what does that really mean, though? Does it mean because I don't like that thing? Maybe I can grow to love it. Maybe I can go to accept this thing like this that I never thought I would accept.
Yes.
So it's a wide thing, but I think at the bottom of it,
Hmm.
we wanted to check their own selfish desire. Okay, why
Yes.
is this person?
And DJ
What Yeah.
to be honest, as somebody who is married,
Hmm.
and I don't know if this was the case in your marriage, but you want to grow in your relationship. So it's not really even a matter of going back to school and so on, that
Hmm.
stringent thing. You want to grow, you want to become a better person.
Hmm.
And you learn from each other.
Hmm.
So in the relationship, for example, I am a teacher,
Right.
and there are times when my husband would say, all right, read this over for me because I know that you will pick up on certain things. You know,
Hmm.
he is more of a numbers person. So he would
Okay.
be, you know, the accountant, that kind of a person.
Oh.
So we draw
Yeah.
on each other's strengths. We
Hmm.
draw on each other's strengths. As you talk about it, like I've said to my husband, I want to do my masters, you know, and he was
Hmm.
saying, go, yeah, man,
Wow.
go. You can, once we are
Hmm.
set and we want to, accomplish certain things. Of course, go ahead.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
so and it's not a matter of anybody holding you back. Does he want to go back to school? Nah. And that's just his thing, you know. But you learn from each other, and
Uh-huh.
you grow. So it's
Okay.
about, and I honor listener, and Tobias said it's about ambition. It's
Hmm.
about your ambition, you know.
Hmm.
How are you feeding off each other? And
Right.
sometimes
Right.
it's not even about degrees. Yes, I see you, Toby. It's not even about it. All right. They have, you have persons with that dynamic as well, right? Because I know couples with that dynamic. One partner
Hmm.
is very well, learned, so
Hmm.
to speak, going to school, and
Yeah.
another is not. But they complement each other because they pull on the strengths of each other.
Each other, right? So it's really how, like I said, it's
Yes,
really how you actually look at those differences because, and then how many of they are and what they are. So there are
that's
people
it.
who have, so some people have their main um things that they consider to be a major factor in their happiness or in their relationship with somebody. The
Yes,
must have and the one that negotiable. We can deal with those.
there you
And but
go.
because I remember it's funny because when I was married, and I remember when she went to college to sign up to go to college, I went with her. I took her there. I ended up signing up too.
Mhm.
So
There you go.
but she was ahead of me
Did
in terms of
she did she pull you by your ear?
she drive me kicking screaming. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. No, but I did. But I found that even during school, sometimes I would have issue with the papers and like, oh man, and she would like, she would help me to get these things done.
Mhm.
Like or they laid out a certain kind of way, how to do write a certain kind of way to do like
Yes.
my proofreading for me, and it helped so much, So again, I was behind her as far as the degrees. I think she had a master's of a BA, but it didn't bother me because I guess the way we flowed with us even
Mhm.
going towards learning, and achieving those things. So again, it goes back down to how you always treat it, how we look at the difference. And I think that's what
Yes.
most people, when we talk about insensitivity or the sensitivity or the understanding or the openness, a lot of people are very narrow-minded. They're one-track minded. It's all about
True.
me, 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 me. It really is.
Yeah.
And sometimes you never get to see that.
And not
Sometimes,
only with me, me,
yeah,
me, narrow-minded with their way of thinking as well.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, accepting my point of view, my
yeah,
opinion. You
hmm
know,
hmm
they're one track that way. So,
yeah,
you have to have a conversation with somebody who is willing to accept your point of view and your opinion. Yeah,
yeah.
that's good. Listen, we're just at number 3 and we got 15 to do. Okay, so let's
Wow.
hurry along. And
So, wow.
this next one is, I think, is just self-explanatory. And it says, love is missing. If there is no love, it makes no sense. All right. If you're going to be in a relationship, there has to be some kind of love.
Hmm.
So, this says, when you see your partner, does your heartbeat increase?
Oh,
Maybe
wow.
this was the situation before, but the love might have changed or eroded. So, and there are many different reasons why, the
Hmm.
love may be gone. It says the problem may exist from beginning, but is not noticeable until
hmm
only later. Or you notice it many years later when unhappiness begins to become unbearable and thus
hmm
can make one feel miserable.
I could say something on love, but that's a whole nother book if I start this love thing because
No, I
I,
feel like
I
I want to hear this. I
because
feel like I
you feel,
want to hear this.
you feel like it. All right, well, watch me
Yes.
now. So the idea of this love thing is that I think people just don't understand what love is. I think they mix up love with this feeling thing. I think they mix up with this feeling thing. And the thing is that when you love somebody, you really kind
Mhm,
of love, whether the person is with
mhm.
you or not, the love stays. Whether they leave, whether
Yeah.
they actually is that you have to understand this to me. It may not be workable because of practical things. You know what I
Yes.
mean? It's like a mom and a child. The child is behaving 18 and they're grown up, they're 18, 19, think that they're grown. You say, listen to me, if you're grown and acting that way, you gotta leave my house. But does the love stop for that child? No, it doesn't stop.
Yeah,
So I
I
think
agree
I
with
think folks are
you.
mixing up love and passion and something else. Love is love. I
Mm.
mean, if you either have love, you don't have love. I mean, I can understand. I can understand if there's some kind of some kind of passion or some kind of chemistry there, but I don't know this
Yes.
love thing. You stop loving. I don't know what that's strange to me. But anyway, that's my
Very
thought on that.
interesting. Well, keep the comments coming, guys.
Uh-huh.
We are at number 4, and it talks about more hangouts with friends. So, are you and your partner compatible? Your partner might not be interested in the relationship anymore, and I'm guessing because there is no love anymore. So they prefer to use their energy and time for other people or things. Now, that is an immediate red flag. If we are in a relationship, or
hmm
if we are in a relationship intending for it to be serious,
Yeah,
and you rather spend more time with your friends than with investing the time in relationship, that's an obvious red flag,
yeah, I think so.
right?
It's
And
a red
so,
sheet.
yeah, and
Yeah,
of course, that incompatibility there speaks about we not on the same page where time is concerned and
yeah.
managing time
hmm
and the importance and the value of time and spending time with each other is concerned. So that's a
Case
no for me.
case in point, you have two couples, and they both like to go to church, but one likes to be early, one likes to be late. They own two cars. So the husband says something, or the wife says something. I like to be in church early, but I like to go to church together if we can. But because you're always late, I'll meet you at church, and they find a way to work around it. So he drives the car,
And they
and he
find a
drives
way to work around it,
right.
right? And no love is lost, right?
Exactly. hmm
So here's another one. And this one is pretty straightforward too. Number 5, the arguing constantly. So of course we know arguments are inevitable, in all
Yeah.
kinds of relationships, not only in intimate relationship, business relationship, all
Mhm.
relationships.
That's
Arguments
right.
are inevitable. Nevertheless, if couples do it all the time, it is not normal
Uh-oh.
and can be one of the signs of incompatibility. And
Yes.
especially if you are arguing about somebody saying things like over and over and over and over.
Yeah, that can be serious.
Yeah, yes. It says here that counseling can help save the relationship if it's not too hard to resolve it. You
Hmm.
need to bear in mind that it is the end time of relationship if an argument becomes abusive. And of course, we do not promote anything of any abusive nature here. No, 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 no. Arguments because you know, we I was at a relationship seminar at church in February. We have family month, so
Hmm.
each week is designed for singles, couples, and so
Hmm.
on. And I heard my pastor wife give this analogy. Your teeth and your tongue will bite, you will bite your tongue,
They'll meet.
right? And they'll meet. And when you bite your tongue, it hurts, not true?
The big time.
Yes, but can you take your tongue out of your mouth and leave it
Hmm.
and say, no, but I want to eat? No, it stays there,
Hmm.
right? Until it heals because it's an important part of your mouth.
And sometimes you even use the tongue to
And
soothe
that's
the
how that
area.
yes.
Yeah, to soothe the thing, like the
and
same
and
tongue
and
that.
you do something to soothe the pain. So that's
Yeah.
exactly how we ought to be as couples. Yes, the teeth will meet the tongue, and it
Mm,
may cause a friction, but the teeth can walk away, the tongue don't walk away. They
exactly.
stay there and
Yeah, hang in there.
they work with each other until everything is smooth
We
out.
we gonna bite again and other things like only God knows. I ain't saying
Yes.
nothing. Leave the
And
BCS. Leave the
and
BCS.
I remember
Bible
one of
study.
the Christians on the list that I got, and it spoke about arguments and temperament. You have to know your partner's temperament. That's very, very important.
Uh oh.
Is your partner an explosive kind?
Mm-hmm.
Is your partner the implosive kind? You have
Mm-hmm.
to know these things about your partner.
Uh oh. Number
And
seven.
it leads me into number 6, being
Oh,
headstrong. Both headstrong. If only one person is stubborn in the relationship, it should not be a sign of incompatibility. No.
exactly. Exactly.
But the future of the relationship might not be promising if both are stubborn. If the two of uno is stubborn, it
Lord,
is
Lord, Lord,
going to
Lord.
be a problem. Okay, we
Oh,
got issues.
there's an old
All right,
saying: two bull can't rule one pen, huh?
not at all. All right. So it says here because stubborn people find it hard to admit that they are wrong or apologize, and those things are very important
Mm-hmm.
in relationships. Saying you're sorry, apologizing.
And I'm
Mhm.
very
Which
stubborn.
will lead
I'm
which
very
will lead to the arguments.
and I'm very stubborn in love. You figure that one out.
Okay, all righty. Let's go to number 7. Number 7 says no similar interests. And when you're
Oh no,
dating,
that's
this is where
extreme.
you find these things out.
Yeah,
Yeah. You don't
that's
you,
way out there.
how do you know if you're compatible with someone or not? You might be wondering if both of you have the same interest. Now it says here compatibility is
Hmm.
desirable, but this does not mean that all your interests needs to be the same. No. You're
Hmm.
going to be you're going to be interested in different things,
Yeah,
right? The relationship can work with different interests, but it's better to have some of these when they match, of
you know, you know,
course.
you know, you know. Lady Misty, I think the reason why most people make the mistake is when they
Hmm.
engage, when they have intercourse too early. It just blurs
Yes,
everything. I think it just blurs
that's
everything.
true.
And
That's
these days,
really true.
we're in a culture where that happens too often. They don't wait
Hmm.
till the marriage date. They start to test out early, and
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
I'm sold. My heart is given. Like some people call it, they got you open. They got you whipped. So
Hmm.
a lot of things happen there too
Yes,
that we don't really talk about, but it's a the main part of it. Mhm.
it's a main part of it. Yeah,
Moving
but
right
I
along.
mean,
Hmm.
and I'm encouraging those who are dating out there. These are things that you should pay attention to. You know, don't be so blinded by, you know, the nice
Emotions. Yeah.
feelings, the
Mm-hmm.
emotions and the feelings, yes, that you miss some of these things because these, listen, there are some things that cannot be hidden. Yes, there
Yeah.
are some things that you will not find out until you get married and so on, but there are some things I guarantee you that cannot
You
be
can't
hidden.
find out.
All
Yeah,
right.
you can't. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't. For real.
Number
Sure.
8 says you can't be yourself.
Oh, that's the
Man, and
worst.
listen,
That
this
is
is
the
a deal
worst.
breaker for me.
Oh,
This
that's the
is
worst.
definitely
Oh,
a
wow.
deal breaker for me. All right.
Can't be yourself.
Um,
My goodness. Wow.
Satin Brownie says, imagine being in a relationship where you are scared to be. I know, feeling ugly just being. I know, too scared to express yourself.
Mm,
Listen, I could
yeah.
never be in a relationship where I could not be myself, or I have
Wow.
to pretend to be somebody
Hmm.
to please your friends or to please family.
Yeah.
No, no,
No good.
no.
No good. No
It
good.
says here that you're not compatible if you feel exhausted being with your partner. Man,
Yeah.
the world is hard enough. The world out there is hard enough, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
The
Wow.
exhaustion can happen because of the effort you have to put in to make sure that you do things and say things that are right all the time.
Wow.
It's like you're walking on eggshells because you have to be,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
As a
and you
prim and
can't be
proper, huh?
yourself.
No. No good. No
Yes, that's a lot of work. Oh my goodness, guys. I
good.
wish you well in your relationship. That's such a deal breaker for me.
Oh
All right,
yeah.
such a
Yeah.
deal breaker for me. All right,
Oh.
number 9 says wishing for change, and
Mm,
this is also one that can give you a pickle as well. It
mm.
says if one cannot accept their partner for who they are, we can treat it as one of the most evident signs of incompatibility.
Oh
Being
wow.
forced to change is different from nudging each other for the better. And we
Mm,
need to understand this. All right.
wow.
So you're accepting your partner for who they are.
Hmm.
Does not mean you're going to be accepting of some of those wild behaviors. All right.
Yeah.
And saying, oh, that's how I am. No.
It's like honey. In the morning,
No.
at least, honey. At least in the morning, you can brush your teeth, though. At least that, honey. You go
Yeah,
to
and
bed
you
at
are
night.
saying, oh,
You
you better
you
love
were
me because that's how I am. You can't change
you
me.
were
That's how I am. Okay.
you're wearing the shoes all day long, and maybe the toes is kind of a little cheesy. Come on, honey. Come on. You can't go to bed like that now. I mean, we got to do something with that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Oh
Here is
Lord.
one. Number 10. Number 10 says unmatched sex drives. And listen, guys,
The one people
I
don't
can
talk
tell
about and that's
number
there, ever so present, like from the everlasting to the everlasting. It's always there that we don't talk
mm,
about. Oh, that's a big one.
mm,
That's a huge one.
yeah.
Yeah.
So unmatched sex drives. Now
Thank God for managed.
listen.
Thank God for managed water.
I can tell you stories about this one, but I'm not gonna leave my business out here. Okay, we're leaving that one.
Tell,
Okay, so it can
tell it
be
like it
frustrating.
is. Uh,
No, it can be frustrating if you have
I'm in a
different
very
sex drives.
oh Lord, I'm
Okay,
sorry. I'm in a very jovial mood tonight.
yes. So for incompatible relationship
Uh,
in this situation, one intimacy need may not be met, and the other might feel pressured to meet those intimacy needs. And of course, it says here sexual tension affects the other areas in the relationship. And this is very true. And this is where, again, communication takes place.
mhm.
Because, listen to me, if you know that you got a problem,
Yeah.
do not hide it until you are married and
This,
then put yourself in trouble. Go fix it.
it
Do not
sounds
do that.
it sounds simple, because sometimes they get
Do
spurs
not
up.
no, but
in
do
their
not trick
moment.
your partner like that if you know you got a problem.
But listen, maybe they don't know it's a problem until they find this person. It's like 24/7 all day, all night. I'm thinking that 5 times a week for me is good. She's saying twice a day. Come on now, that's a lot. I mean,
Listen, I'm
it gets
wondering if
real.
I'm wondering Giselle wants us over her show, because
I'm telling you,
listen,
because
I'm so here
we're
for
gonna wreck
this.
it. We're gonna wreck that show tonight. We're going to
We're gonna wreck that
carry
show. All
carry
right,
on
no, we're not
badly.
gonna wreck it. we we're jumping over into number 11. And it
Oh
says
Lord.
no laughter together. And oh my
Oh no,
goodness.
that's the worst. Oh
Listen to
man,
me, guys. You can
I laugh
already
all
see
day,
that DJ KTE and I are very compatible because we be laughing all the
all
time.
night long,
Right?
all night long.
That's
All
right.
night.
Good. Now, laughter, as the
Yeah.
author says here, is a vital part of wellness in relationships. Of course. Yes. Therefore, not telling jokes or making fun of
Oh,
yourself or your
someone's.
partner
Oh,
is a big sign of incompatibility.
I'm
Hey,
sorry.
here Satin Brownie says,
I'm
DJ Katie,
distracted.
you need to go listen to last week's episode of
I'm
DCS.
distracted now. I hear something about toys. I'm distracted. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Now it says here if one is very high strung and the other takes everything lightly, it may be time to question if you're compatible or not.
Yes,
All right.
that's
So
true. That's true.
that's true. There are times when there are certain things that you should take seriously, and there are
Yeah.
times when you laugh over it. All
Yeah.
right. So
Yeah.
here's another one too.
That's 11
Number
and 12.
12.
Oh,
Yes, number 12.
we're
And
almost
it
there.
talks about different love languages. And
Oh,
of
that's
course,
key.
I'm sure we know of the relationship expert, Dr. Gary Chapman, in his book, The Five Love Languages.
Languages.
And
Good book.
it
Good book. Good book.
explains different kinds of love languages. And partners out there, it's very, very important to know the love language of yourself first, because you
Mhm.
need to know, about you,
Mhm.
and of course about the partner that you have. So
Yeah.
the five love languages: the language of affirmation, acts of
Mhm.
service,
Yes.
receiving gifts,
Mhm.
quality time, physical touch.
Mhm. I like
Those are
all
the
of them.
five love languages.
If I only get
Yes.
5, I don't want any. I want all 5.
You want all of them. Yes. So
uh,
you may be incompatible if these signs are not present. It says partners who have the same love languages will more easily recognize each other's love due to similarity and mutual understanding. And even if you have different love languages, if you understand your partner and the different languages, trust me, it will make life a little bit easier.
you know,
Now,
you know, you know, you know.
go ahead.
If I can interject real quick, just had a thought, because I thought about us working together for the last year and a little over a year
Mhm.
now, and even though it's a business in a sense, kind of a show relationship,
Yes.
I really appreciate you for being such an amazing, compatible partner.
Oh,
You
thank you.
you
Oh,
always let me speak. You don't run over me. You don't give me a hard time, even though I give you all the hard time in the world. Have I?
no,
Tell me
you
the truth.
don't, DJ.
Right.
No,
Yeah,
you don't.
but this is an example of what life can be like, even in a marital situation, where
Yes.
folks can be able to find that nest in that harmonious way, and even when they have challenges, they can address it, on a different time or some kind of way where folks still feel valued, still feel like they can move on and be better and do better. So yes, thank you. I'm gonna
Yes.
say that, yeah, before I forget.
And
That's
I thank you so much for thanking
mhm.
me, because
Yeah.
you know that a partnership goes both ways. I ain't over here doing it all by myself. I got you too. And
Oh yeah.
you
Thank
allow me to speak as well. You value my opinion as a woman. And of course, I value your jokes because you just keep me laughing all the time. It's very good. Yes, they say you must be laughing over here, right? And of course,
uh,
and this one too, expressing emotions, and you allow me to do that, and I allow you to do that. So
yes,
number
very good.
13 says differences in expressing emotions, and it says
Yes.
the various ways compassion is shown, whether or not we know them. How expressions are expressed is a massive part of how people are.
True.
How
Very
you
true.
respond to me, how you allow me to express myself. Now, I'm a
Yeah.
crier. Y'all may not know that, but
Oh, I
I
didn't know that.
am. Thank you.
Oh,
Yes,
all
my
right, all
eye
right.
water is right here. Can you
One
see it right
drop,
here?
one drop, Jesus, one drop.
Yes, I think I'm very emotional.
Yeah.
I think I'm a very
Okay.
emotional person.
Are
Yes,
you
I,
like a
I
very
try I
are
try
you
to
like a
play
very
tough.
silent emotion, like a very silent way of more like a
Yes,
very
yes,
okay.
yes, yes, I am. I think
Okay.
I am. I try to play tough out there in the streets, but y'all
Doesn't
know a
work,
girl
huh?
ain't tough like that. No, not all the time. I just right. And
Yeah.
I just the other day, he's gonna kill me for this, but just the other day, my husband and I we had a
Oh.
conversation because I was saying he said something to me,
Uh-huh.
and I think I misinterpreted what he said to me
Oh
because
boy.
I thought his tone was too strong, and I was like, "Why are you talking
Mm.
to me so strong?"
Watch it now. Ooh, fire coming
You
up.
know.
Fire, fire, fire,
And he
fire.
was saying, no, I was just being, he was just expressing himself in a particular way. And he was like, I didn't
Oh,
mean
okay.
anything by it. I really didn't mean anything by it. It just
Uh-oh.
came off strong. And I was like,
Oh,
okay,
coming on
what did I
strong.
do?
Okay.
you
Watch it
know?
now. Uh-oh.
But of course, and the most important thing is that we had a conversation about it because I really
Uh-huh.
didn't like how it made
But
me
I like
feel.
that though. I like that the conversation. I like that we had a conversation. That is the
Yes.
key, man.
And
Wow.
he could explain himself to say, I didn't mean that. I was just saying
Mhm.
this, that, but I was expressing myself. And I was like, okay, I get it. But, when I heard it first, it just
Mhm.
sounded so attacking. And I was
Yeah.
like, no, I was about to cry. And he was like,
Oh.
no, that's not what I meant. And,
Mhm.
he apologized, but
Wow.
he was saying, this is what I was expressing. This is what I wanted you to get
Mm.
across. So that
Wow.
conversation is very important, I can tell you.
Mhm. Very good.
I tell you, it goes a long way.
Kudos to
And
Shane. Yeah. Kudos. Mhm.
yeah, big up my husband. Shane,
Mhm.
good night wherever you are. All right, number 14 says different alone time needs. And we don't think
Oh,
about it very often.
that's so important, Lord. Because
Mm,
some people are so
alone
clingy.
time.
They're so clingy that they can't give you a second to breathe. Where are you? Where you
Yeah,
going? You're
yeah,
downstairs. You're yelling out your name. You're on the phone. Who you talking to? What's going on? That alone. Yeah, that's so key. Oh my goodness. You
yes.
say
I know
twice.
how
So
I know
important.
how yeah, I'm gonna say it louder for those in the back. Okay, so those of you are
Hmm.
out there, you need alone time.
Yeah, alone time. Say it louder, because you say so soft a while ago. Let's say it loud.
You need alone time, but
Yes.
alone time should be managed.
Yeah.
But it says the partner who wants to be alone
Hmm.
more can feel guilt when they try to fulfill their need to be
Yeah.
on their own. Rejection is what the other partner might feel. So
Yes,
you may
that's
want to be
true.
by yourself,
Hmm.
and another partner may feel rejection. But willing couples can make this work through compromise and understanding. So, of course, compromise and understanding.
Hmm.
Satin Brownie said, you know what is funny? When I feel hurt, I attack. I cry silently, but not publicly. I fear crying may get pity and not real care. Yes,
Oh,
that's true. Oh, but no, man, it's good to express yourself.
listen.
Listen, I cry out
Anyway,
there.
come. Let it come. Yeah, yeah. Long to come. Let it come.
I
Let
cry
it come.
inward and I cry outward. So I don't know.
Hmm.
I do both of them.
Yeah.
Yes, and we are sailing into number 15, and this one is I think it's a biggie too.
Uh-huh.
And it says different schedules.
Oh, she works
Yeah,
day, he works night, and they
yeah,
always cross each other's path.
yeah.
And they
Or
always get.
one partner is just always so busy,
Hmm. Yeah, and
always
tired.
busy, always has things to do.
Do yes. Wow, that's a big one.
And there is not much, scheduling off together time.
Yes, yes. I think we're just about
So
winding down, but yeah,
So
good point.
we can't really control busyness depending on the demands of your job. But it
Hmm.
says here if the situation persists, then it can lead to insecurities and resentments building up. To maintain a healthy relationship, you should try to make time for each other regularly. Date night, guys, date night
They
is important.
yes,
If you're not doing that, the chemistry between you will fade, and so will the relationship.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
it
pretty much.
will. Yes, it will. Your
Wow,
relationship is like a garden. You have to keep watering it. You have to pick out the weeds.
the
You have to
prunes and
take
trim it
care of it.
and cut it and
Yes, right.
till the
Because
ground and my
sooner
goodness.
or later, your neighbor's garden is going to look greener.
Hmm.
And
Yes,
sometimes it's not greener on the other side. It's just that they use more fertilizer.
Yes, and it looks green. Now you may start looking over too deep, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
now your
And it
neighbor
could
and
be
that
fake.
neighbor, and the
The
neighbor
grass over
become
there could be
neighbors.
fake.
hmm
The grass over there could be fake, even though it looks greener.
I'll tell you.
Yes, it is.
But yeah, I think it was just about winding down on this show here. I don't know where it went. I don't know where it landed, but it landed somewhere. One
It
thing I
did.
know, those 15 points that you mentioned are highly critical. And
They
of
are.
course, you got me thinking now about my own preparation towards the next phase of maybe marriage again. Who knows? God help me. There's so much to think about. But again, I
I know
like
he
the
will.
I know that I like the idea again of the questionnaire. That's so important. The 100 questions
Yes.
that you were asked. That's so
Yes.
key. Know
It
yourself.
proved to
Know
be
thyself.
so
You know.
helpful. It proved to be so helpful because there are things that, you didn't even think about. There are questions that made me uncomfortable,
Mm-hmm.
but they were necessary in
Wow.
discussing. And
I
that was very important. But
yes.
what when I think about these incompatibilities, I reflect as well, even on in my own marriage, in my own relationship, to say, hey, there are some things that we need to brush up on so that the love doesn't die, or so the relationship doesn't erode, because we're not perfect people,
Yeah.
right? We grow, we evolve, and we're learning as we are growing.
Yes.
And so, of course, in order for the purpose to be realized in our relationships, whether it's
Mm-hmm.
intimate or not,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's intimate or not, we have to grow, we have to learn from each other. But
And
don't go falling deliberately into these incompatibilities out of mere feelings, right?
yeah.
Use your head sometimes,
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
sometimes
Not your heart.
the heart can lead you in different
Mm-hmm.
ways, but remember to use your head sometimes,
Use
because
your head.
sometimes your
Mm-hmm.
heart will blind you to
Yes,
some of the
blind you.
realities.
Exactly.
Yes,
I think this was a great show. If I can leave one thing
it
with the
was.
audience, what is that we are, I guess, created by a designer, and believe that we're divinely connected. So I think that if we are honest
Yes,
with ourselves and we tap into that source, that divine source, He will always guide us. And if we are honest with our hearts and honest with ourselves, He'll always find a way to get us through and make it happen for us. So I will leave that with the audience. Tap into that source of divinity, your divine
yes.
source, and be honest with yourself. Be honest with your heart. If you're not honest with yourself, you're gonna have a lot of problems. I
There
think
you
that
go.
makes for a greater relationship, be it business
That's
or
it.
personal
That's
or
it.
loving or whatever,
Yes,
marital
I see
or whatever
you.
it is.
Yes, Satin Brownie. Good night,
Yes,
Gloria.
certain. All
I
right.
see you. I see you. Great conversation. Thank you. Satin Brownie says one, busy
Mhm.
equals no time for you. Two, busy, you're unimportant. Three, you're not a priority. Listen, I'm
Oh,
with you right there. I
oh
am.
wow.
Listen, drop the mic. I've dropped
Mm-mm.
it. Oh
Mm-hmm.
my goodness. That is so true. And that is how it's really read. If you're
Yeah.
not willing to make the time for me,
Mm-hmm.
that's it, guys. Listen,
Yes.
thank you for keeping our company tonight. I
Yes.
want to continue to thank all our listeners, our viewers, our supporters, our sponsors. Without you, we don't have no show. All right.
Yes.
So thank
Yes.
you so much for all those who participated in our conversation tonight, for all those who showed up and just listened and over there taking notes. Yeah, we know,
Mm.
we see you. Continue to
Uh-huh.
do that. We are here to drop them gems for you. This
Mm-hmm.
has been Let's Talk Relationships. Have yourself a great week and
Mm-hmm.
stay tuned for Bible couplings and stilettos with the steaming Giselle. And we'll be back with you next week for another great convo. Have yourselves a
Yes.
great night. DJ KTE, much
Yeah.
love to ya.
Love, my dear. And this is me, lads. Don't forget to get resources at Family All the Way, guys. And remember, get the
That's right.
resources
And get
there.
the app, guys. Get the app.
Yes. UMERADIO. One word.
One
All
word.
right. Then we can talk. Uh-huh.
Underneath it
That's
all,
right.
who are we sexually? Bible, cufflinks, and stilettos, with Giselle St. James. Monday nights at 10 p.m. For mature audiences only.
night, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are tuned into Bible Cufflinks and Stilettos. Thank you for joining me tonight every night. Thank you so much for joining me, especially tonight, because we do have a show for you. As you know, the objective of this show is to have open and honest, real, practical conversations around sexual issues, concerns, and practices amongst couples for better relationship outcomes. I am your host, with the most, Giselle St. James, your counselor and erotic romance author with 7 books authored. And I have the honor, the utmost honor of bringing you truth and heat to you every single Monday night at 10. Listen, right here on YouTube, on the UME radio app, and on television on Carib Vision. Listen, guys, I want you to check in. Check in for me. Let me see you. Let me see and shout you out. Don't forget to like, to comment, to share, and to click the little notification bell down there so that you know when we will go live and you'll always get your updates. Come on, check in. Check in. Check in. Check in. Hello, Sharice. I see you. Hey, Satin Brownie. I see you. Go Inspired JA. What's up, Gloria? Gloria. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? All right. You're not breathe. No, man. We needed to breathe. Go Inspired JA. You have to breathe, man. Take a deep breath. But, we're not going to our self-check session yet because I need to tell you what's coming up in our show today. I got to tell you, man. Come on. We're talking about maintenance sex. You hear that? Maintenance sex. Can it spice up your sex life? Can it? Let's talk about it. Come sit down with your spouse. Come call them, run go call them and let them sit down with you because they need to hear this one. And if they don't come with you, listen me, tell a friend. Tell a friend forget them wife or them husband. Tell them forget them friend. Tell them to come call somebody because they need to talk about this with me. We need to reason together. So let's join the conversation, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to tell each other the truth. Can maintenance sex really spice up your sex life? We know that over time, sex might become less and less of a priority, right? Yes, man. We get all busy. Sometimes we might lose some interest. Sometimes, your spouse might not have the sex drive them used to have. Probably you don't have the sex drive you used to have. You have your work, you have kids, you have all of these things that pile up, and you realize that the same passion that you used to have for each other, you don't anymore. Is maintenance sex really the solution for that? Maybe maintenance sex can really help, really and truly, because you remember those times when it used to be all over each other and it used to be fire, baby. Yeah, you remember that, don't you? Let's talk about it tonight. We're talking about maintenance sex, that and so much more tonight on Bible Cufflinks and Stilettos. Before I get into our self-check exercise, let me see who is still here with us. All right, so I see you, WUME Ministries. I see you. Come on, Entrepreneurs Aloud. How you doing? Now let's get into our self-check exercise. So before we get into the meat of things, we always have to do this. So wherever you are, repeat after me, whether you want to do it in your head or you want to do it aloud. Repeat after me. I am present and in the moment. I welcome the information that will be presented tonight with an open mind. I am ready to learn. I will comment and share my experiences and tidbits that will enhance tonight's session. I am ready. You ready? You ready? You ready? You ready? All right. Now, before anything else, we have to invite the Holy Spirit in our presence. So, once again, wherever you are, if you want to close your eyes with me and agree with me in the Spirit, no problem. We're going to bring this to the throne of grace. Lord, how wonderful you are. How excellent you are. Lord, you make everything good. And we are so thankful today that you made sex good. And we always need to remember that sex is good within its context. So we thank you for it. Lord, we thank you for what we'll be learning tonight. It's new to me. It may be new to my readers, it may not be. But whatever it is, I pray that we'll all learn from each other and that we'll use it to enhance our relationships tonight. These and other mercies I ask. In your mighty name I pray. Amen. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get into it. Yes, Satin Brownie. It's the first time I was hearing about maintenance sex. It was so interesting when I read that. And trust me, One More Ministries, Lady Faith, this topic is going to be something so interesting. Now, let me talk to you about a scripture. I want to start off with a scripture tonight. It is First Corinthians 7, verse 5. You may know it, you may not know it, but let me talk about it. It says, do not deprive each other except perhaps by mutual consent and for a time, so that you may devote yourselves to prayer. Then come together again, so that Satan will not tempt you because of your lack of self control. The scripture is telling us not to deprive each other. And when I read about maintenance sex, this is basically telling us not to deprive each other. So that is where maintenance sex comes in now, ladies and gentlemen. So let's talk about it. Let us talk about it. Now, as adults, we may have so many responsibilities, don't it? I would have listed out some responsibilities just now. Now, if you're in a work like mine that seems like it is 24/7, you may not have the time for things like romance anymore. For me, I dedicate myself to work, and my coworkers always say you couldn't have a man in it because you work too much. While that may be, there was a time when I had my husband, when he was alive, and I had to carve out time to make sure that I still had time for him. That I still had time for a little, bound chicken wow wow, some little date nights and all of those things. I had to make sure that between work, between church, between anything else that we're doing, I had a little sex time carved out because that's important, especially with him who is that person who is very physical. That's his love language. Physical touch was his love language. So I had to make sure that I had time for that. But you have so many responsibilities over time in your relationship. And sometimes we get so busy that everything else gets prioritized and something else suffers. Yes, it does happen. We see this happening a lot in our relationships, right? In the beginning, you're hungry, you're lustful, and you can't get enough of each other. Whoo, remember those days? You could never get enough of each other. Every time when you just on each other, like white on rice, like thick spun skin, like only just a bunny rabbit every minute, just so don't it. I wonder if you remember Entrepreneurs Allowed. You remember those times? Do you remember those times? Yes, Rochelle. Yes. Those bunny rabbit days. You never thought that there'd be a time when you wouldn't desire this person. But here you are, able to count on one hand how many times you've actually seen your spouse naked since 2022. Womp, womp, womp. How do you get back there? How do you get that fire back? How do you get back to those desirous days, those bunny rabbit days? According to NBC News Better contributor, Wendy Rose Gould in January 2019 in an article entitled What is Maintenance Sex? It May Help Strengthen Your Marriage. She opines that a decrease in sex frequency is expected and normal in long term relationships. It isn't an indictment, ladies and gentlemen, my viewers, on anyone. There's no indictment on anyone when sex becomes less frequent. I want you to know that it is nobody's fault. It's not bad on you that you don't have sex 24/7 anymore. It's nothing when you don't have sex like you used to. And I don't want any of us to blame anyone because we all are at different phases. Sometimes we can know that our children, when we have children, for some women, it decreases our sex drive, it enhances our sex drive. For men, sometimes because of how busy work gets, your sex drive decreases. You could be unwell, that causes your sex drive to decrease. Listen, it is nobody's fault. You get what I'm saying? There's a myriad of things that may have impacted your sex life. Now, she says in her article, when couples move out of the infatuation and discovery phase, it is normal for sexual desire and frequency to decrease. But there may be a solution. There may be a solution, ladies and gentlemen. Satin Brownie, there is a solution. Let me hear some tambourine. I wish I had a tambourine in here. There is a solution. So let me talk about maintenance sex now. What is maintenance sex? Now, according to multiple articles, ladies and gentlemen, it is essentially something that is scheduled. It is scheduled sex or sex that is engaged whether you want to or not, whether you're in the mood or not. You just have the sex. You can schedule it. It could be unscheduled. You're in a mood, you're not in the mood, but you're having it. That is what maintenance sex is. True, Gloria. So in those days when you can't go up on your eyelash anymore, let's schedule some maintenance sex. Now, considering what maintenance sex is, ladies and gentlemen, my question to you is this: do you think this can spruce up your sex life? Maintenance sex is essentially scheduled sex, whether you're in the mood or not. Do you think that if you get out your daily planner and say, okay, I am putting you in for Thursday, it can be an enhancer of your sexual life? Oh, so your wife going to have to book you every morning and every night. Look at you, go inspire. What if she can only pencil you in for nights? It's only nights alone. The morning not working. She can only do nights. Talk about it. You wouldn't just take the night alone. Oh boy, that sounds like it rough. It rough. But ladies, what do you think about it? Scheduling sex nights. It's a novel idea because we all think that sex ought to be spontaneous, and things must happen and mood must set and music must play. But here you are making sex a scheduled item. Now, according to a lot of researchers, maintenance sex can help to build the momentum within the sexual relationship. So, can you imagine, that, say, every Tuesday and Thursday, for example, those are your scheduled sex days. All of a sudden, it starts to become something that you anticipate. You know what I'm saying? You start getting used to knowing that, okay, Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm going to put away everything because Tuesday and Thursday is my night for some nice little rub down and rough up. Yeah. So the more you are looking forward to it, it heightens the anticipation. And the researchers also say that because you are so anticipating what's going to happen, it starts to make sex easier, wilder, and nicer because it is something that you are expecting. Do you think that it would help? So maybe not full on sex, go inspired JA, but we can pick. Oh, yes, you can play. Yes, sir. Yes, that right there. So your whole maintenance sex, it doesn't necessarily have to be even full on sex, but maybe a part of sex. It could be a part of sex, yes? Come again, Satin Brownie. You're assuming that there is maintenance sex, special day sex, and also simultaneous sex. Yes, the special day sex is a part of it too. Yes, the birthdays where you do something different. Yeah, man, those times. And yes, it can go both ways, Gloria, because one, even though you may be anticipating it, it can also become monotonous, especially for persons who have lower sex drives. So you may be wanting it and anticipating it. And that's also what researchers say from Huffington Post. They may get so used to it and they may start thinking that, okay, uh, this is another routine thing. So, like, like when you're getting meals and you know that, all right, every Monday is curry chicken, every Tuesday is white rice and corned beef, and everyone. So it becomes so routine. It becomes so routine that you get bored because you know that you're getting the same thing every Tuesday, every Thursday, or every Friday and every Saturday, for example. So you find that for persons, especially if you don't have a heightened sex drive, you might not look forward to it as you thought you would have. So maintenance sex can go both ways, but it also depends on the effort that you put into it. Listen, for maintenance sex, it ain't just about, okay, I know that Tuesday and Friday is sex day. It's not just about that. You know what I'm saying? But you are looking at the entire moment. It's not just about, okay, honey, take off your clothes, I'm ready. No, it's about the whole moment. You are preparing for the whole moment. So on Tuesday, for example, at lunchtime, we're scheduling a particular day for sex. It could be that you're saying, okay, for lunchtime this time, you're going to come home and we are going to eat lunch off of each other. Hello? Maintenance sex. Maintenance sex. Hello? It could be that on Wednesday afternoon for lunchtime, you're going to be my lunch. Hello? Hello? Maintenance sex. Put it on you. I love that. Put it on me Saturday. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love it. I love it. Yes, man. Theme it up, man. Put themes to your maintenance sex. And those things can be so exciting. Tie me up Tuesday. Woo! Hello. No undies Friday. Go ahead, Gloria. Different place Tuesday. Listen to me. I was listening to a song. It was about 5 or more years ago, and it says the song is called "Different by Conscience." And look here, the type of things we talk about. I think if I remember that song, he says in the second verse he says if you want, you can link her up and bust a quickie, even in the traffic in the middle of the city. Listen, maintenance sex. Go somewhere else. One Friday, just go off to a hotel. There are many cheap hotels around the place. No kids, no responsibility, no bills. Just go somewhere and have some fun. Maintenance sex, y'all. it's such an interesting concept too, because you probably know it as something else, a special day. But here is this thing where you're saying you're putting it in your schedule. So you can imagine you have this big long thing. This did I just say big long thing? You have this big calendar up in your room, and you are marking the days for your maintenance sex. You are marking your days. So every time you go into the room, you're like looking at it and you're like, ooh, and you're looking forward to it. And on the day you start dropping little hints and you start brushing up against the person. And listen to me, maintenance sex, people. Maintaining sex. But I want to know if it works. I want to know if it works. So I am charging you guys. Go out there. Do your thing. If you are in your relationship, your marriage, try maintaining sex. I'm not saying that it's only for persons who, are probably having some problems in their sexual relationship. It may not just be for persons who are having problems in their sexual relationship, but it just could be something that you're using to spice up your sex life. Try maintenance sex, and I want you to tell me about it. Tell me if it works. I want to know if it works, because we are really looking for things that can enhance our sexual relationships. And ladies and gentlemen, I can't tell you what to do. It's all up to you what you want to do. If it's something that you really want to save, and if it's something that you really want to invest in, I want you to try every single thing that's out there. Look for something that resonates with you and try it with your spouse, because sex is important. We're sexual beings, and sex should be glorified in the best way possible. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're trying maintenance sex, I want you to tell me about it. Talk to me. I want to hear all about it. I am so sorry to be leaving you now. I am so sorry to be leaving you. Yes, go inspire Jamaica. Quality sex can heal marriages, and that is what Bible cufflinks and stilettos is all about. I want to thank you for joining me tonight. It has been such a blessing to be with you. Remember that if you have questions, if you want to tell me how maintenance sex is going for you, please just remember to send us an email at family@umeradio.com. Please remember to send us your emails. Remember to follow us on all social medias. Remember to, if you want more information, if you want to get more tips and all of that, you can really get to us at familyalltheway.com. I have been so blessed to be here with you. This is Giselle St. James reminding you to have good sex as the Lord requires. Peace out.
The name of my book is Reborn. And Reborn is a story, a personal story about my journey from a place of despair to fulfilling God's purpose in my life. I have gone through a lot of challenges, a lot of, things that happened to me in my childhood all the way to my adulthood. And the Lord impressed on my heart to write my story, to share with others, because, one thing about me, I'm transparent. And I believe when you share your testimony is to help somebody else get out of their situation. Because a lot of us go through a lot of changes, a lot of challenges in life. Especially, I grew up in the church world, a very strict environment, very religious environment. And it had a lot of, stressors in my life. I didn't know who I was as a little girl. I grew up with parents. My father was a pastor, and I was totally lost in this church world. I didn't know who I was, or if I was worth anything, or if I had any type of purpose in life. So my vision about God was so warped, because I never thought God loved me the way they presented it. So I was a very lonely young lady. I had a lot of low self-esteem. So I was just really trying to maneuver and to find my way, through life. So it was God who helped me through the process, even though I wasn't focusing on him as much. I want to share something, and chapter 2, page 17, Forsaken. I just want to read a little excerpt of it. And it says, in 1975, as I attended middle school and the family moved to a large 4-bedroom apartment building, it was at this situation things began to worsen for me. For instance, I was punished a lot. At times I never understood why. My father never believed that the Christian told lies. For instance, if someone from the church would report to him that they saw me somewhere and was doing something wrong, I would deny it. However, I would be told that I was a liar and received the beating for it. So I became so tired of constantly being blamed and beaten for situations where I didn't have any idea. So I tried harder to be good, but notice each time I tried, it wasn't enough. And I realized that each time I would speak things, my mother would tell me to be quiet. And after a while, she developed a resentment to me. And, so I struggled a lot to be a part of a family. I struggled a lot to be seen. I struggled a lot to be loved. And this book is to help others who are struggling to find out who they are and find out their identity and who they are in God and whose they are, because it's so important to find who you are, you find yourself, because once you know who you are and knows whose you are in God, your life changes, and then you're on a path where you're evolving and growing and building, and you are increasing in self-esteem. And the more you understand yourself, is the better you are how to handle situations in your life and even handle people, to work with people and to really learn how to be empathetic, learn how to, reach out in some way, shape, or form, and to be where, can be there in the moment with that person, because you understand where they're coming from, because you see a lot of what they're being challenged with is the same thing that you were dealing with in the past. So when God delivered me, I was able to share this story in order to help others to heal. I'm coming from a place of darkness. A new me came forth, and I'm like, God, this is a powerful title, because it sends a message, that when God rejuvenates your life, it's like you're into a new person. You're very different. It's like you're starting over again from scratch. It's like, wow, it's a new day, a new dawn, so this title was so fitting for, my journey and where I came from.
Let's talk
Relationships on UMERADIO.
So what are we talking about?
Marriage, dating, parenting, business,
And love, emotions, sex.
It's a conversation with me, Lady Misty,
And DJ KTE.
on everything from hot topics to taboos.
Join us Mondays at 9 p.m. live on UME Radio.
Follow us at Let's Talk Relationship Show on Facebook or on UMERADIO on Instagram. Let's talk relationships, arguments for the grown.
Get the UME Radio app to listen wherever you are. That is UME Radio, one word.
UME Radio. Positive entertainment 24/7. Subscribe on YouTube and click the notification bell.
Did you find this information helpful? Please let us know. And if you have a topic on your mind, which you would like for us to talk about, do not hesitate to reach out. Email us at ltranswers@gmail.com. For access to resources and additional information, please sign up free at our support website, www.familyalltheway.com. If you need help, connect with Dr. Faith Walters at www.familyalltheway.com/therapy with Dr. Faith. Get the help you need to develop and maintain strong, healthy relationships. Thanks for watching.